I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you how to make lobster roll like sandwiches. And these are a fantastic summertime treat. You know, lobster is a little bit expensive, so it's definitely a treat. And this recipe just requires a handful of ingredients that just work together super well. And I just love to serve this in the hot months. It's just fantastic, really. Let me take you over the ingredients so we can get started. You'll need some cooked lobster meat, some chopped up parsley, celery, and chives, a little bit of mayo, a little bit of Greek yogurt, Dijon mustard. You need your rolls, some bib lettuce, a lemon, salt and pepper, and a little bit of butter. That is it. Now, I usually buy my lobster meat already cooked if I'm using it in a salad or in a sandwich or something like that. At your fish counter, they should already have some already cooked lobster meat for you. If they don't, get a couple of lobster tails, a couple of big ones, because you'll need about 2 cups of chopped lobster meat to make 4 sandwiches. Today I'm only making 2. And then just boil them in some salted water and then let them cool and cut them up yourself. But I took a shortcut. I took a little bit of help, bought the meat already cooked, so I'm really ready to go. Now I've got the oven preheated to about 400. Before I get going to anything else, I just want to I've got a baking sheet here because I've got to toast my buns. Don't laugh. I gotta toast my buns, and now there are so many recipes for a lobster roll sandwich, so there's no right way of doing this. It's just total preference. I need a soft, like hot dog bun, and it's gotta be a potato roll. If you don't groove it, don't judge. That's just what I prefer. Now all I'm gonna do, they're split in half. I'm just gonna take a little bit of butter. You need to butter these and toast them. It's just the law. Just gonna smear the butter on both sides. And then I'm going to put this cut side down. Okay. Now I've got these here. I'm going to pop these into the oven for about 10 minutes or so, or until they're nice and toasty. And then we'll get going on mixing everything else up together. Now what I've got here is my cooked lobster meat. I've cut it into, I got it in nice big chunks. Now I'm adding my chives and celery and parsley. Now you really can add whatever you want. And if you do have like a favorite combination, share it. Let me know. I want to try it. So, for example, I like using a little bit of Greek yogurt instead of doing all mayo because I like that tanginess and it takes away from that heavy mayo taste. It just gives you a little bit more lightness and tanginess, and I really like that. But you just want to make sure it's Greek yogurt because it's nice and thick. And also, if you like yours a ton more sort of mayo, feel free to add more mayo. I just don't want it soaked up in mayo. I want them like nice and coated, but not too much. So that's why the recipe, you'll get the recipe on laurinthekitchen.com, and you can always adjust it to your taste. I'm gonna add on a little bit of lemon zest and lemon juice. That's enough juice, I think. I don't want to get too much. Well, that's because my husband's eating it too, because if it's up to me, I'd put in the whole lemon. Salt and pepper, of course. Well, this is fantastic for like a summer dinner party. You want to do like a sandwich night with a really good coleslaw, maybe a key lime pie, just like a really fresh, delicious, summery meal. Actually, let me take my spatula. And I'm just going to mix this all together. And that's pretty much all we need to do. So we've got our lobster mixture ready. My buns are nicely toasted and I've let them cool for a little bit. I've got my lettuce that's beautiful, washed, dry, perfect, I'm ready to go. Now, tip, this is best if you make the lobster meat ahead of time. Let it sit in the fridge and kind of cool and come together for about an hour to 2 hours. I like to do it a few hours in advance just because it tastes that much better. But this is just delicious now, and I'm going to give this a go because I am hungry and the buns are smelling amazing. So you've got your beautifully toasted bun. I'm going to put in a couple lettuce leaves, very traditional. And then I'm going to pile this with about half of this mixture. And again, if there's any additional things that you like that I'm not adding, feel free to do that. And feel free to let me know what your favorite combination of veggies is, or herbs, or anything like that. I sometimes like to add a little bit of tarragon. My husband's not a huge fan of tarragon, so most of the time just leave it completely out. And that is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So now I'm just going to get right in there. I'm going to cut this in half, just to make my life a little bit easier. Look at that piece of lobster meat. put my plate closer. Mmm. Mmm. Yeah. Mmm. So good. Mmm. Mmm. A perfect balance of everything. From the tangy sort of mayo dressing, the perfectly cooked lobster, toasted buns, to the crisp lettuce. It is a must have recipe in your repertoire, especially if you want to treat your guest, a few of them anyway, because it is a bit of a pricey sort of item. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me. Go to laureninthekitchen.com to get this recipe. Always let me know down below what your suggestions are for maybe changing things up a bit or different variations of it. I always like to hear from you. I hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.